You know, maybe I am gonna go into the character's past. Maybe I want to, and maybe I'm only doing this for Black because I kind of have to for some of his relations, and because he's the last character. But I'm gonna do it. So yeah, and also, I'm not doing a Sunshine analysis because she's side character number one, and because all I would say the entire thing was, hey, they're being friendly with Sunshine because she's a child. Moving on, Black Cameron. Always a character I've never really looked into, but I think I've always just silently liked. He's somewhat akin to Flair in him just being a little bit of a quiet guy, and he's got some of the best and worst relationships, and like I say in every one of these, we're going to be going over them. He and Speed's relationship starts exactly where you think it would. Special chapter 1 and 3, right? Where else? He and Speed were actually pretty friendly friends. After Speed learned about the fate of Black's parents and brother, Frost, they bonded, and that because Speed had gained Frost's memory for whatever reason. Listen, I never looked into special chapters all that hard. I really got to do that, but however, Black did actually start to get a bit angry with Speed after he learned that Speed could fight. Then, with that out of the way, we can actually move to the actual main chapters. Yeah. And Black and Speed weren't exactly the friendliest of friends. Black resented Speed, actually. Speed had been a rescuer in the past, and Black wasn't exactly the biggest fan of them because he believed that the ones that had saved him and his brother, Frost, like I already mentioned, that they had been too late to save his parents. It kind of remains exactly like that throughout, the entire story, pretty much. And, there are a couple scenes of the others questioning whether he had forgiven Speed yet. Yet, he remained unsure. In fact, he was so unsure that he decided, hey, I'm going to flip my shit on Speed in Chapter 5. But we don't talk about that. They do eventually reconcile, all the way in Special Chapter 10. It ends with a sparring match, and I'm actually unsure if I'm going to go get that page, so there's a potential that it's just not on screen. But, would you believe me if I told you that's just, the end of it? They just, well, we're friends again, moving on. Yeah. Fuck the special chapters, they make this all so much more complicated. Alright, yeah, welcome to my favorite part. The sea of, these two don't interact very often. Air quotes. And to put it simply, Black just doesn't like Crystal. He thinks she's annoying. That's the end of it. No strings attached. And, Flair and Black, despite not interacting a whole lot, they are, as much as I say it a lot, and I'm going to repeat myself like I do in every video, they're friendly. In fact, Flair is the only one of the three siblings that Black doesn't exactly find annoying and thinks he's actually alright. Yeah, Black and Lazuli literally don't talk ever either. Lazuli says he's mysterious in the Q&A, and that's it. That's it. But Leaf and Black, they don't interact very often for, the entire comic, but in special chapters 9 and 10, they do start to interact a whole lot more for a very short period, and as soon as special chapter 10 ends, that also ends. Which, given special chapter 10 is, the last actual chapter we get before 12A, 12B. I guess we get 11, but yeah, I'm getting distracted. Okay, I have escaped the sea. Where have I ended up? Oh, Pearl. Right. It started all the way back in special chapter 4, I believe. Young Dream, yes. where Black saves Pearl from a group of bullies. And it's a pretty sick ass 1v2 actually. As it's a pretty epic scene. We do kind of learn that Pearl might like Black when Gus asks if she's Black's girlfriend, and she just blush. I'm leaving that in the video. I don't even care. Blush a whole lot, and then we escape Special Chapter 4 actually. Back to the real world of Chapter 1 through about, 7, maybe, ish. Pearl likes Black and goes a little far to get his attention. Yeah. Black eventually comes to the conclusion that he can't find Pearl that way. He respects her, but just can't see her as a lover. Oh, and I'm gonna mention it for the sake of mentioning it, but in the after story, they do end up, I guess, fixing their relationship, and they end up married. So cool sauce for Black and Pearl enjoyers. Oh, you know what? That's gonna be my next Talking Romance video. Boom, got it from one of my other videos. Alrighty, Sylvia. Black actually, despite what I just previously mentioned, liked Sylvia over Pearl. They, the two of them have a couple funny moments, such as when Black kicks speed to catch Sylvia in Chapter 4, which is actually pretty funny. Ultimately, Sylvia does turn Black down. Dude, I tell you, bro is definitely blasting Juice WRLD after all that. His parents and brother died. The girl he liked rejected him. Lucid Dreams was on loop. Juice. Moving on. Black and Sunshine do have a couple interactions, but most of them they're pretty uneventful and they aren't really relevant. But that's not going to stop me. You. Anyways, it's time for the best part. OPINION me. Opinion time. Bam, bam, poo, poo, super cool. Alright, Black. Despite the fact that I didn't really pay attention to him pretty much the entire comic, I give him a solid 8 out of 10. He's a really good character for what it's worth, and one that I enjoyed silently. I never really thought about him as a character and just kind of enjoyed his moments. I mean, there's not really a scene in particular that I could point out is bad. He just kind of is there. And, I have a heavy appreciation for background characters as a Flare enjoyer. Man, I fucking mentioned Flare all of these. I'm gonna move on now. And with that, have yourself a good day, evening or night, wherever you may find yourself in the world. Peace.